A lot of narcissistic psychopaths and sociopaths essentially follow the same script, which is really weird, but they do. These are some fun ones. These are things that I've noticed people who are high on the narcissistic spectrum have said to me, and I've heard this from about 5 different people. They all pretty much follow the same script. 4 things that I've heard several of them say, like 5, 6, maybe more. Okay, this is fun. If you pay attention to a narcissist on the very first day, and we're going to go over signs of how you can identify. One sign is a sense of superficiality. Another sense is, how do they make you feel? Does something feel really off? Does something feel very staged? Probably is. Do you feel like you're being hunted or you're being preyed upon? Another one is the superficial smile. Their smile looks very forced. Also pay attention to their face. They have micro expressions where you can see this moment of frustration. And I've got a few clips I'll share with you guys later on when they're not getting control or when things are not going their way. But we'll go through that later on in a future tape, like different signs. But here's some common things that they say. And these are telltale signs, all right? Partly because of spiritual legalism, they have to let you know who they are. What is spiritual legalism? It's essentially if you're dealing with someone who is dealing with a demonic spirit or a negative spirit, that in order to set you up for a soul trap, soul contract, something along those lines, they have to disclose who they are. Now, if you don't believe in demons and you don't believe in witchcraft, sorcery, we can also approach this from more of an academic view. I am a sociologist. I did graduate from the top school in the country on that. But I do subscribe to, yes, absolutely, there are demonic entities attached. So, I mean, these are such telltale signs that, like, you can't miss these, right? I've got it on this piece of paper, but it's kind of crumpled up here. It says, I'm great for a first date. All women fall for me because I am so good looking, intelligent, and funny. Okay, a lot of narcissistic, psychopathic guys, or just high-level narcissist, meaning high up on the spectrum, will say something along these lines. Some variation of this. I'm so good-looking and funny, women fall for me, right? And they're trying to set you up for... There's a thing that happens in sales and in advertisement where, you know, the bandwagon approach, that's one way of looking at it, but there's another tactic used in persuasion, when you're basically trying to set it up in the person's head and the person's mind that if you don't like me, there must be something wrong with you. Okay, and that's pretty much what they're establishing. And again, this can be men or women. All women fall for me because I am so good looking, intelligent, and funny. Or all women fall for me because I'm so rich and handsome. Or all women tend to fall for me and they're eating out of the palm of my hand because they know what a great guy I am and how well I take care of women and how sophisticated I am and charming, right? It's always some sort of a variation of that, but they will usually start off with this very early on, like on the first date. Essentially, they're trying to convince you that if you don't like them or if you see something wrong with them, that is your problem or something's off with you. They're also trying to convince you that they're a good bargain, they're a good deal, you're so lucky you found them. They're an opportunity. Keep that in mind. They're an opportunity, right? You have the opportunity to be with me. Step right up. This gets crazy. Some of these lines get almost comical. Another one that I've heard them say is, some of these are so bad. Some of these are so bad. Some of these are so bad. I don't even want to say them. But okay, let's start back. So all women fall for me because I'm so good looking, intelligent, and funny. Another one is they'll say something along the lines of, and mind you, narcissists love to hear themselves talk. So as long as you just listen and smile and nod, they'll keep going, they'll keep going, they'll keep going, they'll tell you everything, right? But they'll say something along the lines of, I usually end up sleeping with a woman on the first date and then I don't see her again after that. Or they'll say something like, once I sleep with a girl, I'm bored and I lose all interest with her. Now, women have their own variation of things they'll say like that with men. They might talk about the man's genitalia, or they might say things that are very risque for early on in the connection. And you're like, why are they doing this? Again, they're trying to set the stage. They're also trying to see what you will and will not accept, but they're trying to convince you that how they're behaving and how they're acting is normal. Now, if a guy or a girl says something along the lines of that last one, get rid of them immediately. Oh, I've heard this one before a few times. Women all go crazy after me because I'm extremely good looking, talented, and charismatic. This is a direct quote. Women all go crazy after me because I'm extremely good looking, talented, and charismatic. They lose their minds over me and start acting crazy. Well, no, they lose their minds over him because he's a warlock, he's a psychological manipulator, and he also strategically does stuff to drive the women crazy, such as love bombing them, promising them a family, a stable home, a perfect life, convincing them that he's a huge star, and that he's going to make everything better, and then essentially playing a series of psychological games with them, abandoning them and abusing them. That's why I didn't go out with this guy. Gosh, I've heard this one too a few times. I'm so good looking and rich, I can get any girl that I want, but I choose you. Women will say some type of variation like this as well. Do you know how many men asked me out this week? Do you know how many men want to go out with me? Do you know how many guys want to be in your position or be in your place? But I'm here through there. Dude, if you hear any of these type of variations, get rid of the person immediately. I have some stuff about how to destroy a narcissist or a narcissistic psychopath or sociopath. But one thing you have to know about them is why I say just kid gloves is if they know and understand, male or female, that you've caught on to them, and that's the reason why you don't mess with them, they will follow. They follow, they will follow, they will follow, they will call, they will text, they will act like you guys are best friends. They have a certain way that they periodically will check in and see where you're at. And especially if you, again, I believe it's a demonic entity, a demonic presence, because they have a way, and we're going to talk about a little bit how spell work works a little bit and witchcraft and things like that. But essentially, they have a way of, simple way of putting it is, have you ever been with a family member, or have you ever been close to a family member or someone that you love, and you could sense that something was wrong with them? You could sense that you just had a strong feeling like, you know what, I think I should call her. I think I should call Stephanie or Jill or Frank, Sam, whatever. Let's say it's a brother, a sister, a mother, a father, and you call them and they're like, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about you. Or, oh, thank God you called. Witches, warlocks, sorcerers, that is the system they essentially hijack. They use energetic manipulation. They use different strategies and tactics to pretty much hijack that system. You know, maybe I should call this person. You know, maybe I should loan them the money, or maybe I should. That's the system that they operate in. So I'm telling you guys this because you don't have to believe in all the spiritual components right now. And hopefully you won't get to a point where you deal with one that is, hopefully you won't have to deal with this part at all. But understand that if you have, it's very difficult to just get rid of them. The ones that, you know, you've gone out with, or maybe you've talked to them a few times on the phone and you determine, no, this is a narcissist, they're going to be bad news. If they feel like you've caught on, which you probably have if you're not going out with the best thing in the world, that they will continue to find little clever ways, because the last thing a narcissist wants to ever look like is a stalker. They will find little clever ways of popping back in your life. They might move by you, start going to the gym right by where they know you work, you know, change up their schedule a little bit to where, you know, they run into you at the grocery store. There are a variety of things that they can do to randomly just magically pop up. And they're pretty charming and sophisticated, so they know to keep a low profile. And they may only contact you on holidays or certain holidays or on certain special events, or, oh, hey, I wanted to tell you about this concert. I know you've always wanted tickets to XYZ, or you like this, whatever. I have some extra tickets sitting by, you know, if you'd like to have them, you know, you can just take them. I can't go. I can't make it. And then this turns into them saying, oh, you know what? I got the day off. How about we just go together? Stay away from them. Stay away from them. Stay away. Dangerous people. All right, talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Like and subscribe.